What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode of 5 Cool Mods. This is a series where I show you guys some cool mods to come out each and every week for Fallout 4. Due to your guys' feedback, I have been trying to include at least 3 console mods in every single episode of this, so I'll typically not film an episode and take out one of the PC only mods or replace it or wait for a good mod on consoles to be released. So hopefully you guys are noticing the difference, but with that, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, I do want to show you guys the Weaver. This is a relatively simple mod, only adding a knife into the game, that knife being the Weaver. Although this knife is really high quality and I just like the look of it. It looks like a badass knife, almost something out of a horror movie that the main protagonist or antagonist would have. It does have a number of customizability options, so you could change the handle to be silver, a wood color, black, etc. And then on top of that, there are a bunch of different on-blade options, so like the heating coil, shock things, and basically you could just change around how much damage this does, which is quite a lot. I was battling some legendary raiders and I was definitely taking them down pretty quickly. I do have a maxed out big leagues perk, so that's going to give me a bonus, but without a doubt a very valuable sidearm if you could get close enough to actually use it. Next up, we do have the Lone Wanderer. So this is a fast travel mod, only just getting ported over to PC. It's by the same mod also that made that APC mod that I'm sure you downloaded because a lot of people downloaded it. I felt like outside of that APC, you guys don't really have that many options on consoles for kind of just survival fast travel mods. There are a lot of funny mods on consoles, but there's not that many practical ones like this. It actually has quite a few options beyond just being a cool fast travel device. Basically, the motorcycle itself does have 37 different locations across the map that you'll just click on it and then you could ride to all those different locations. This is going to use 2 oil by default, but there's a few upgrades to actually make your motorcycle a little bit more lucrative. You could add a bobblehead holder. You could basically make it so it holds more gas at one time, and on top of that you could actually add a way for you to fast travel with power armor, because by default you can't. You're going to have to craft a reinforced frame, which is going to allow you to handle all that extra weight, I guess. All around, it's a little bit cooler than just a simple fast travel mod, and for that reason I think you guys should check it out if you're planning a kind of playthrough that would require this kind of thing. So next up, we do have Rooftops. This is adding in a new rooftop settlement in Cambridge. That's one of the kind of more urban cities in Fallout 4. This is actually a very cool mod. I didn't realize how fun it would be to have a rooftop settlement until I was actually there. This rooftop is positioned a little bit higher than the surrounding ones, so you actually have a really good view of some of the surrounding areas and the surrounding cities. On top of that, you could really just build there and make it your own. You could have settlers. It's a fully functioning settlement. I'm not really sure how raids would work with this because I don't know where the spawn points would be placed, but still pretty cool nonetheless, and they're a little bit different than some of the other settlement types. It doesn't offer as much of a blank slate, but there's still quite a bit you could do with this. It is a pretty much just flat rooftop, so you could build a skyscraper there if you wanted to, or you could just build a little house. All around very cool and definitely one worth checking out. So next up we have UCO, or the Unified Clothing Overhaul. As you may guess, this is a massive overhaul for the clothing and armor in Fallout 4. It allows you to change a bunch of different things. So first and foremost, you could upgrade all clothing, hat, armors, etc. to actually give them better defenses. It'll also give you more options as far as layering goes, so you should more often be able to wear armor over clothing when it makes sense to do so. My favorite part about this is actually the color swap, so you can actually change the colors on almost everything in the game. And there's quite a few different options, so you can make things red, black, pink, some different blues, whites, etc. And this doesn't just apply to the combat armor that I'm using. That means every dress, every institute armor, etc, etc. There are a lot of possibilities here. On top of that, you do have a decal swap, so basically you can put on different decals ranging from an Enclave decal to a Vault-Tec decal to even an NCR decal if that's something you wanted to check out. Then you do get the legendary swap. This is going to be if you have a legendary effect on a different piece of armor and you want to move it, you basically are going to have that option now. It's not going to allow you to create your own legendary effects, but simply swap them between 2 armors. And one of my favorite parts that I really think should be in the vanilla game, basically you could change, for at least combat armor, it from being light, heavy, or medium, and craft those different variants. I hate the way the vanilla game works and having to go find those other armors. All around, it's a pretty cool mod, a good one to just kind of have installed and use as you wish. You'll discover some of the features as you're playing around and find a cool new armor, and all around it's just quite a bit of fun. So last but not least, we have the Cross-Charred Vault Suit. So this is by Nero. He's the guy behind all these different cross mods out there, which actually in the recent have been taking a turn towards the slutty. Like all the recent mods have definitely been pretty revealing and only had one kind of audience in mind. This being the exception. Although yes, this is a very slutty mod. It's a very revealing armor, although it actually does kind of look nice. There's one singular aspect of this that I absolutely love that I have not seen another mod do yet, and that is the arm. Basically, with this armor, you could actually have your character have no arm. This is going to be her right arm arm, or his right arm, I guess, if you put this on a guy. And I just think this looks absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, if you take out a weapon, it'll instantly kind of glitch out because the way it works is the arm's just invisible. It's technically still there. So I'd love to see some kind of workaround with that, but that could take a lot more time and a lot more work. But all around, I just really thought that little arm feature was very cool. When I saw that in the thumbnails, I was like, wow, that's a really cool mod. I actually kind of wish it wasn't so slooty because I would almost use this if it wasn't that type of armor. So maybe we could see this on some other armors in the future. I just thought this was really cool and I wanted to highlight it. There's also a few other options like gloves and robotic arms that you could add, but they're not nearly as cool, and that's stuff we've seen in armors before. That's pretty much it for this one though, guys. I do hope you enjoyed another episode of 5 Cool Mods. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time.